Is leading the gay revolution.
I'm gay.
Erica Kane's daughter is gay.
I'm gay. It means I'm a lesbian.
You don't know how to kiss, do you?
So you want me to prove it, Lesbo?
Well, the real world, I think, has been, in a way, solely responsible for a generation growing up with more tolerant views around gay characters and gay people in general.
It's kind of like making me open my mind to their world.
God's word warns.
Do not practice homosexuality. It is a detestable sin.
God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality. His judgment serves as a sobering reminder that in his eyes, homosexuality is a perversion of sex that brings terrible consequences. The book of Romans describes the heart condition of those who choose the homosexual lifestyle.
So God let them go ahead and do whatever shameful things their hearts desired. As a result, they did vile and degrading things with each other's bodies. Instead of believing what they knew was the truth about God, they deliberately chose to believe lies. That is why God abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal relationships with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men and, as a result, suffered within themselves the penalty they so richly deserved. And worse yet, they encouraged others to do them too.
Hollywood has long endorsed the practice of homosexuality.
You know, I think all the gay boys are going to take the business over.
Mae West's jeering of purity and exaltations of free sex and homosexuality were in accordance with Satan's plan to bring initiates into the New Age by presenting a new sexual venue that would launch society into blatant sexual revolution and rebellion to God's laws.
I gotta be getting back to the mission. Sally's father is waiting for me.
That ought to be interesting.
The homosexual community has trumpeted Dietrich as an icon because she helped to desensitize people to homosexuality way before its time. Crowley, himself a homosexual and pedophile, outlined that the New Age movement was designed to draw people into these lifestyles to harden their hearts against God. His goal was to deceive the people and sell them Satan's lie, that sin didn't bring the suffering and pain the Bible describes, but that it brought freedom and liberation.
So the thing worked for everybody of every sex. She was doing it to turn on both the woman and the man. It was so free. It was so free.
Nudity for Marilyn Monroe always represented a certain form of freedom. One should credit her with a whole change in attitude in the pop culture related to nudity.
Sexual freedom is something we feel is very important. It's a necessary requisite of the Satanic Church.
It's hard to understand, if you hadn't lived before that time, what a major impact that freedom of a point of view did to people's brains. You say, wait a minute, then there are no rules here.
We project the voice of freedom forward beyond ourselves to the youth of today and to the generations of tomorrow.
And make no mistake about it, we will not stop until we have achieved our freedom. Do not stand in our way.
The church, the state, hormones will decide my fate. The church, the state, hormones will decide my fate.
The day is coming. We're going to like them. We're going to do them. We're going to take our freedom by any means necessary.
I will do whatever I have to do to stay free. If it's a choice between me staying alive and free and somebody else not staying alive, I'm willing to make that choice too.
We're young, we're queer, we're gonna rule the world.
I think it should be brought out that we not only condone, but we encourage all types of what would be called sexual perversities and deviations, because we feel that in a few short years it'll be established that everyone is a sexual deviant, pervert, fetishist.
We're happy to be here. We feel that historically we are part of this movement for liberation.
All my life been attracted to younger boys. I love them.
How do I make myself attractive to boys?
We feel a person should be free to indulge in all of the so-called fetishes, all of the so-called aberrations that they would so desire.
Through the decades, Hollywood has fueled the fires of this lie by peddling greater and greater waves of filth to numb our consciences. And like the frog in the proverbial pot, we are almost cooked. True freedom comes by turning from sin to Jesus Christ, who gives the abundant life. Jesus said,
"You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free."
Sadly, Satan has been deceiving hundreds of millions of people for decades that living for themselves and their desires will bring happiness. This is a farce, for hopelessness, depression, and overall despair are at all-time highs, as evidenced by increasing divorce rates, broken families, chemical and alcohol dependency, and packed mental institutions. Only Jesus can fulfill the greater purpose that you know you were created for. He said, "If the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed."
It's so cool. I'll give you an example. They go like this, they go, "Hey dude, so I heard you're born again. So what's that like?" And I go like this. "Oh, finally I'm at peace." They freak out because, let me tell you, Hollywood ain't at peace. And I go, "But the best part is, it's really cool to be in Hollywood, hanging out with you and be totally free from the bondage of sin. That's awesome."
Walk in the newness of life He offers through His Word, and fill your mind with stories that give true life instead of Hollywood